Hello, my name is Stella Navkwas. I am a mother, I am a teacher, I am a counselor, and I've worked in so many businesses. I'm also a very experienced entrepreneurship, doing it for the last, 20 years of my life. I started when I was young, and now as an adult, there are so many things that I've learned. Right now, I am still doing farming, I am still in retail business, and I'm also dealing in education. I have a kindergarten. Now, why are we talking about investing in business? Investing in business is very important. Investing in business is one of the things that is going on in Uganda. Even if you have a daily job or a day-to-day job, it is very important for you to have a side business, because this is what is making most of the Ugandans survive. Now, what is business? Business is, I've put it in a summary form, and I've said that business, it is a trade that we do. You who is involved here has, you have a good, somebody else has a service that they have to offer, and then you bring it to somebody who is in front of you, and then you exchange. The other person has money, you have the good, you have the service, and therefore we exchange it. So in this total thing and the definition of business, we have three things that I've mentioned. I've said one, there is an exchange. Two, there is money involved. We exchange goods and services for money. When we get in those three things, we've said again that there are three things there. We've said we have goods and services, we do exchange, and then there is money. Now, when you're doing all these three things, then it means you're in business. So what are some of the things that are very important when you're doing a business? It's very important for you to look at these three things. And today, that is what I'm going to look at. Money, exchange, and then goods and services. I'm going to begin with the exchange. The exchange is done by human beings. And some of the people who are involved in the exchange are you, the entrepreneur, the customers, we have the competitors, we have the people that you purchase from the goods, and where you get from all your services. So who is the most important of all these? Some of you could say customers, another person could say maybe the people who give you the services, but the most important person in this whole perspective is the business person. You, the entrepreneur. You are so important, because without you, this business would not be so. So what we're going to do today is we're going to look at what are those aspects of a business person, what are those aspects of an entrepreneur that are very important, so important that if you don't do them, if you don't take them at heart, then probably you might fail as an entrepreneur. So one of the things that you have to look at is the most important thing, and this is what we call the foundation. Every business must have a foundation. It is just like building a house. When you're building a house, you start from the foundation. You remember that story in the Bible that says that one man built his house on a rock, and then another one built his house on weak soil. So what happened to the one who built it? When the winds came, when the winds roared and came, the person who had built on the rock, the house stood. So right now, these are some of the things that are very important if you want to build a business, if you want to make a successful business. One of them is having a plan. There is no way you can begin a business without a plan. Where is your plan? Before you start, some people call them the business plan. Where is your plan? The plan must involve the following things. What are you going to do? What are you going to do? Who are the customers that you're going to look at or target. When you look around, what is the best location for your business, your particular business? Not every location is suitable for that particular business. Where is the location? Where do you want to put your business? Now, the other thing is you're going to look at your competitors. When you enter business without knowing who your competitors are, their characteristics, what they do, their strengths and weaknesses, then you're not going to succeed as an entrepreneur. So that is what we call the SWOT analysis. We are going to look at your strengths, you look at your weaknesses, you look at your opportunities, and then your threats. Very important. A plan is very important. A plan is your driving force. A plan is your referral, where you will look when things are not moving right. So the other thing that we have to look at is money. Money is very important when you're starting a business. Where is the money going to come from? How are you going to use the money? Where is everything in this world? Without the money, there is no way you can be able to start the business. So, important thing, get a budget. Get a budget. If you're going into goods, find where. Go and make a lot of homework. Go. This is what we call marketing. Go and make homework. Find out where are the cheap prices. What can I get? If I buy this in Wakiso, if I buy this in Kampala, will I get enough profits? If you calculate everything. This is all done before you start the business. Most of the times we start the business, we do most of these things when the business has already started, which is not right. We are supposed to begin the business. We are supposed to make the plan, to make the budget, to make the pricing. And even the budget is what we call pricing. Because when you know everything that you're going to sell, then pricing is very important. However, some people might say, let me start selling this, without even finding out if you sell it, what is your profit? One of the most important things we have to remember when we're doing a business is you must have a profit. If you're not getting a profit for 5 years, then you're not in business. And then we have another thing is you're going to ask yourself the what's, the W's. I have some 3 W's that you can ask. What amount of money do you need to start the business? Who are you going to work with? Very important. Where are you going to work from? And how are you going to handle everything? Very important thing. Now, when you've done with that, you have your plan and you have written everything down. Our next step is also very important. You must know, for those ones who are just beginning or who are thinking about beginning a business, you must know what services can I be able to give, or what goods and services can I be able to give. Some of you just don't have any idea of where you're going to start from. So I can give you just a small clip on that. One, you can say, you can be a business yourself. That is also another business. You can be a business. For example, you have people who earn lots of money from speaking, from giving inspirational speeches and everywhere, and they get a lot of money. Then another thing is you can improve an idea and make it better. For example, we've heard of the people, all of you know about the Rolex. People know the Rolex, we eat it, we know you just do it simply. However, do you know that there are a group of young men who are doing a Rolex? They put meat in it, they make it like pizza, and they are gaining a lot of money. So you can also do the same. That is, you can improve something that is already here, and then you improve it so that it can make you work. Then another thing that we can look at is you can offer a cheaper service or an expensive service. If, for example, let's look at schools. You live in a society where people are a little bit below average, they earn little. You can open up a school and provide a cheaper service. As long as you know the pricing and as long as you know that at the end of it all, you're going to get a profit. So open up something cheaper, be with it, or you can do the opposite. If you look at the area of residence or where you're staying or your target area, and they are people who are rich, who can afford you can give them a better service, more expensive service, because you're going to give them something bigger. So what you do is you improve the same service the others are providing, but at a higher cost. For example, kindergarten. Do you know that there are some people who charge 2 million shillings for a kindergarten, and then there are others who earn 60,000 shillings for a kindergarten? So which means that you can improve and make it cheaper. That is, if you will get a profit, or you can make it higher depending on the location of your area. Then the other thing is you can be a broker. That is a business, a broker of everything. Everything in Uganda you can do as a mid-term person and you get a commission. You can be a broker of land. Most of us know that brokers are only for land, but we also have people who broker for schools. We have very many things, for chairs, for food, for everything. That is also a business. And then you can appeal to certain classes. Everything in Uganda has a class. I want to make sure that you understand that. Even if you're beginning a business, you must know the class of people that you're aiming towards, all in your location. So what class are you trying to provide? If you're going to provide that good or service, what class are you aiming at? There are people who aim at the middle income, or high income, or low income, whatever you did. So if you want to revisit or you want to remake a service or a good, you can appeal to a certain class of people. Did you know that when you go to one of the most expensive restaurants, you can get a mere bottle of soda. A soda, we usually buy it at 1,000 shillings, but you can buy it at 8,000 shillings, one bottle. Same product, different classes. So you can get involved in that. So those are some of the very important things that you must learn if you're going to begin. If you have no clue of where to begin from, if you're going to provide a business. And then the other thing that we have to remind ourselves to do is, in the heart of it all, in the heart of a business, lies the most important person, just like I said at the beginning, you as the entrepreneur. There are certain skills, there are certain things that an entrepreneur has to know when they are beginning, when they are starting, before you begin. And even this also applies to those who are already in business. What are some of the things that are very important that you need to exercise? You see, these skills can be exercised or are like exercises, just like when you go to the gym and make exercises to make, with an aim of making your body fit or losing weight or whatever you want to. But this is for entrepreneurs. These are the exercises that you need to have if you're ready there. Some of you have already counted these. If you're just beginning, then this is going to help you. The number one thing that you have to train your mind, the first exercise that you have is number one, get inspired by others, but don't do what they do before you learn what they did to get where they are. This is a very important thing. If I see Sudhir right now and then he comes and gives an inspiration, hey, now I'm making, Sudhir is one of the most successful businessmen in Africa. I think he's like number 3 or number 4. And then he comes and talks and then you get inspired. The next day you go out and buy a Pajero with all the money that you've been saving. It's very important to know that these people are going to inspire you, but they have a journey that they have moved. They know where they've come from. They know it hasn't taken Sudhir 2 years to be where he is. It has taken him more than 20 years of being in business, of making decisions and everything. So be inspired. But don't do what they are doing right now, because before they did what they are doing right now, there was somewhere they had to pass so that they are where they are. So do something. Start with yours. Start with something small, and make sure that you copy from them, but don't don't exactly live the life they are. Most of the times we find when you look at a business and then you see, oh, these people are buying. You've just started 1 year and then you're like, he has bought a car. But that is not his story. It is if you're close to that person, it is important you go and find out. They tell you their story. I know they have inspiring stories. They tell you it's always good if you meet somebody who inspires you to ask them, where have you been? Where did you come from? The first thing, so that you know what to do. The next one is be a quick learner. Don't get stuck. Don't get stuck. Learn to move on. Learn to move forward. And learn to step back when things are not working. As an entrepreneur, sometimes things will not work out well. Sometimes you will find yourself stuck. Sometimes you'll find that things are not working out the way you meant to be. Sometimes you'll find that you're stuck somewhere and all you need to do is to improve on the skill. Learn very fast. If things are not moving, consult. Don't work alone. Don't get stuck in where you are. Don't work alone. Go and ask people, what can I do? Go back and look at your books. What have I been doing? What am I? Have that and know that when you get stuck, doesn't mean that there is a problem. Sometimes it is just you to look into yourself, into the business, and make a decision. The next one is learn the inside and outside of your business. Don't be lazy. Sometimes we can be so lazy. We want everything to be done by others. You are an entrepreneur, you're just beginning, and you're asking people to do for you things. That is a very risky thing. Don't be lazy. Go find out. Make a research. How can I do this better? How can I move from this step? How can I sell this product? Where can I get the cheaper ones? How can I pass? How can I do this? So, don't be lazy. Go and find out. Move your legs and go and find out and do the research and make sure you know most of the things. Where can I get cheaper materials? If Wakiso, our area of residence, is not working, can I try out this? How can I be able to get something at the cheapest so that I can get a profit? Remember, our aim as an entrepreneur is to get a profit from whatever you're doing. The other thing is don't burn bridges. Your network is your net worth. Every time you burn bridges, that means that don't close doors to people who have hurt you, people who have had bad deals with you, people who have talked about you, people who we live in a society of people who have their jealousy, they are selfish, they will talk about you, they will betray you. Don't burn bridges, because as an entrepreneur, you need people. Your network is your net worth. You need people. You need to have the heart to forgive and move on. You need to know that even that person who has betrayed you can be a gateway to your prosperity, even when they have done things. Then look at everybody as an opportunity. Everybody is a business opportunity. They may not give you business direct, but they may lead you to business, or they may refer you. So make sure that you don't burn bridges, because the time when you need to come back and cross that bridge, it may have been burnt. That is one thing. Another thing, take action in face of obstacles and challenges. Take action. Don't get scared. An entrepreneur is not a coward. An entrepreneur is somebody who knows that he has nothing, but then he goes on and makes everything. Entrepreneurship is about faith. It's about taking the step and saying that you never know what is going to come, but let me go. Let us look at the example of these women who work in the market. Every day they wake up, they go and wait for customers. They've not made an appointment with anybody. Nobody's coming. They didn't call them that, oh, you know what, I'm waiting for you. But then they go. So in face of obstacles, take challenges. Have a strategy. Make sure that you have your strategy, where you're going. Don't fear to make a commitment, or don't fear to make another strategy. Take personal responsibility for failure. In business, we don't take blame. If something did not work out, probably it was you. Please don't take advantage. Don't look at your employee. Maybe they did this. Maybe they did that. Where were you to supervise? Make everything personal. Make everything. Don't take everything as a responsibility of somebody else, because you are the heart of your business. You're going to be the heart of your business. You're the one to decide where and where to go. You are the person you are the rudder. If it is a ship, you are the steering wheel. So don't give others, or don't blame them for what happened in your business, because it is your business. So take responsibility, and from that responsibility, do something about it. Don't live in depression and everything that we have. Then another thing is, competitors are our motivators, not enemies. Most of the times when we are in this, we look at our competitors and we say, that one my enemy, that one is my enemy, that one I don't like them. Competitors are our motivators. They are our barometers. They measure us. They ignite us to do things very fast, to another level. You learn. When you look at competitors in that way, you will be able to know, you'll be able to adjust and see what you can improve on, and you see where you can, and you see where you can take your business from one place to another, because they motivate you, they inject you. When you see them having this, then it means that you also have to do the same. You don't have to be lazy. Competitors give us that head-on to run and work harder. Then another one is, have a plan for failure. You will fail as an entrepreneur. It is healthy to fail. Sometimes it is healthy to fail. So what is your plan? As you're writing your plan, make sure that you have a failure plan in case things backfire, in case things don't work out, in case the profit is not working out, in case this, what must I do? And two, you also have to remember that in Uganda we have people who provide bad deals. We call them buffet. Have that in mind and make sure that you have a plan for it in case it ever happens. Lastly, one of the things that, these are the three important things, lastly, is take care of yourself. As an entrepreneur, it's very important you take care of yourself, because you are the rudder of this ship that you're driving. Take care of yourself spiritually, physically, and emotionally. Don't be an enemy of yourself. Sometimes people overwork. If you're an entrepreneur, you work in, day out without any rest. You run mad. Sometimes you make decisions because you're tired, stressed, and everything. Have some time to relax. Have some time with your family, time with your children, time to go to church, time to go to the gym. Because you need it. You need a healthy body. A healthy body makes a healthy business. And then have a relationship with God. The Bible is one of the most important tools in business. It has in everything that we know about business, or we must know about business, is in the Bible. A very important tool for an entrepreneur. So, in all these things, remember that an entrepreneur has to be persistent, and you have to work very hard. And my last bit of it is the fiction. We have so many fantasies and fiction about business. Now, when you establish a business, or when you're planning to establish a business, you might have seen very many people putting up a business, and then there are some fictitious things and some fantasies that you've had. Now I want to break the bubble. I want to break those fantasies down so that you can know the reality of business. Number one, they say if you start your business, you will have enough time to sleep. I'm telling you, my friend, no. Not enough time to sleep. You will not wake up at the time you want, because the business needs you. The business needs you. You have to think hard, work hard, put in everything that you have. Sometimes you may go without sleep. So no, when you're still in the working world, when we're still in the working world and we're earning salaries, we're still employed, they used to tell us that if you go and get your business, you're going to sleep. You wake up at your time. Nobody's going to be on your back. My dear, the business will be on your back. So that is bubble number one. Bubble number two, you must have big capital. People love us saying, if you're going to start a business, you must have like 50 million shillings, 10 million shillings. Every business can be started at whatever point you are, as long as you are willing to put in the extra, as long as you're willing to work hard. We can start with anything. Start with anything. The most important thing is start. Start with what you have. And the most important thing is, as long as you have people, then you can be able to start. And then you will get profits immediately. My dear, you will not. As a beginner, you will not. You will not get profits immediately. It may come. We've seen so many businesses that have taken. Let's look at Mukwano. They have not started. They didn't make profits yesterday. It has taken them almost a 25-something journey, 25-year journey, in order to be a big brand and make as much as they can. Let's look at all the most people we've seen them having, and in the middle of it all, some have fallen off. Why? Because they have not made profits. So if your business has started number one in the first 3 months, don't think about profits. Think about making the business survive, strengthening the business. Then number 4 is you will be rich. No, you cannot be rich. It is not easy to be rich. It is not easy to be rich. As long as you're still working, you're still building. Your aim is not to be rich immediately, to live like the rich people, to take steps in the rich people. No, that is not what we do. Build the business and build it. It may take 5 years. Depending on your aim, it may take these years. But at the end of it all, that will come. But it's not going to come immediately. And like that. And the last one is, people took a few years to prosper. Sometimes you may think that, I'm just 1 year into kindergarten. And then you're like, 1 year into kindergarten? I must make profits now. So you squeeze the parents, you squeeze everybody around, you limit so that you can be able to live a prosperous life. That is wrong. Business takes long. Let's look at Victoria's. I've been privileged to hear her story personally. She started gradually, starting from a garage, and then she went to a rented house, and then she bought a small. Right now she has I think something like 3 campuses of Victoria schools. But has it taken her 2 years? No. It's almost a decade or a decade and a half to be where she is. So it takes time, it takes commitment, and it takes everything. So as an entrepreneur, these are some of the things that will help you. Today I will not talk about capital and everything, but today I'm going to talk about, I've talked about building the mind of an entrepreneur so that you can be successful, and best of all, you can have a business, or you can have a business, you can know how to handle your business, and you can have a backbone in your business and plan for it ahead. Thank you very much for listening to me. God bless you.